We're really going quite quickly now. Greg Barnes in 2019 almost completed a full bankable feasibility study. So we've taken that study. We've appointed one of the most prestigious firms in Denmark. We deliberately chose Denmark as they own Greenland, NIRAS, and they believe we'll have the full BFS out by November. Now,
hello and welcome to the Assay TV. Today I am very happy to be joined by Tony Sage, Chief Executive Officer, Executive Chairman, and Director at Critical Metals Corp. So Tony, it's great to have you here today.
Pleasure to be on.
And let's start with an update on the Tanbreez rare earth project that you have in Greenland. So you've just done a 10-year offtake agreement with Corp Rare Metals. Can you talk about what this means for the company and your production timeline?
Look, it's fantastic that we managed to do that deal. A lot of people in the industry, because it's a unique ore body, didn't believe that we could actually get a processing partner. So huge tick for the company at managing to do that. Corp are specialists in this type of field. So for them to give us a green tick was huge. That obviously expedites our production timetable. They want the ore by 2027. So having that deadline now to work to is going to be very beneficial to us.
Okay, excellent. And so you've put out some recent drilling results at Tanbreez, and these show exceptionally high grades of heavy rare earth elements. So how did these results influence your long-term development strategy, valuation of the project? Can you give us any details about the drill results as well?
Yeah, look, we just finished a 25 drilling program. The results that have been coming out have been the 2024 results. The previous owner, Greg Barnes, did 414 holes himself over 20 years. So we've also intermingled into the 24 results some of the old results that Greg has never published because it was a private company before. So it's been very, very useful for us to add to his drilling with our drilling, and it only makes the project more robust. The numbers that are coming out in the heavies, especially 27%, virtually all of the other deposits except China and Russia are really under 5% of the heavies. The lights are very, very common, if you like to put it that way. So the heavies are really going into the military grade type products, for example, gallium, lithium, et cetera, et cetera. So we've got very, very, very good grades coming out in especially the gallium, which Greg Barnes, the previous owner, never really reported on before. So it's exciting for us to have that new product.
Interesting. And I suppose, is there anything else about Tanbreez that you want to catch our viewers up on? Any kind of plans moving forward?
Yeah, look, we're really going quite quickly now. Greg Barnes in 2019 almost completed a full bankable feasibility study. So we've taken that study. We've appointed one of the most prestigious firms in Denmark. We deliberately chose Denmark as they own Greenland, NIRAS, and they believe we'll have the full BFS out by November. Now, when you look at it, BFSs take years and years to do. So we've cut basically 2 or 3 years of work that needed to be put into this because Greg had already previously done 90% of the work. So that's exciting. That'll come out in the next 3 months. More so, we're doing a lot of test work on the metallurgy to see what products that we can get out other than the authentonite and the feldspar. On the heavy side, are we going to concentrate more on the gallium, the niobium, the lithium, the terbium? So that is going to be in discussions with the end users from the Department of Defense as one example, Tesla is another example, SpaceX. So all those conversations will happen over the next 6 months.
Excellent. And so in addition to Tanbreez, you also have Wolfsberg as one of your flagship assets. So can you give us maybe some updates on what's happening there?
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. We're the only permitted lithium mine in Europe. We've got full environmental permit and the full mining permit. We can actually start digging out lithium right now. Obviously, it's price sensitive. The lithium price has fallen over 80% in the last 18 months. So it started to rise again about a month ago, and once it kicks another $300 to $500 a ton, we will convene a board meeting for a decision to mine. So that one is really on the back burner until the lithium price improves, but we've got our full licenses ready to go.
Okay, and that leads quite well into my next question, which is really kind of looking at how you prioritize development between kind of the rare earths at Tanbreez and lithium at Wolfsberg. So, you know, how do you kind of focus the company's efforts? And would you say there's any synergies that possibly exist between the two projects?
No, there'll be no synergies between the two. But our sole focus at the moment is on the rare earths. Number one, China controls 97% of the world's supply, and that's upsetting not only the United States, it's also upsetting the EU. So they really want to get a massive project. And Tanbreez is 4.7 billion tonnes. If we go to full production in the next 5 years, we could control 50% of the world's rare earths market. So the sole focus for us is to get Tanbreez up and running. If the lithium price really takes off, I've got two separate management teams on either project. So I've got one focusing on Tanbreez and the other one's focusing on Wolfsberg. So the Wolfsberg one will just sit there. There is crossover. While there's no work for our geologists to do in Wolfsberg, he can go across to Greenland and start. So there is a little bit of synergy in that particular way, but no, our sole focus is to get Tanbreez up and developed and start mining.
Okay, excellent. And so you've mentioned kind of about the critical minerals kind of environment across the US and Europe. So, you know, what's kind of the goal for the company in terms of establishing a presence across these different markets? Where are you seeing the most success? You've got kind of partnerships globally. Yeah, how are you kind of positioning yourself within this critical mineral strategy?
Yeah, look, I've done a lot of paving the streets in Washington. I think our focus at the moment has been the US. The US seemed to be, under the new regime, under President Trump, really focused on rare earth production, rare earth metals. So a lot of funding has been put out there from the US government. So we've applied for some of that funding. We're hoping to hear this month whether our application is successful. But just as an adjunct to that, we're the only foreign company with a foreign asset to be approved by Exim Bank. So we've got a $120 million facility with Exim Bank. So our focus at the moment, and Ucore is based in Louisiana. I'm going to be meeting the governor of Louisiana in the next month to see if we can also have a processing plant there ourselves. So Ucore deals only 10% of our product that they want, that they can handle through their plant. So we've still got 90%, and we will be talking. We've already talked to Lockheed Martin. We'll be talking to Raytheon. We'll be talking to Boeing, SpaceX, et cetera, to see what their needs are, because we can focus on several of the heavies, which product does some of these companies really want. Lockheed Martin made it clear to us they want gallium, but other companies might want other of the heavy rare earths that we've got on our deposit.
Okay, interesting. And so you've already talked a bit about kind of this funding from US Exim Bank. You've received significant financing lately. So, you know, how does this support your near-term goals? And is the company well financed now to continue to build out the projects?
Yes, yeah, we are. I mean, with the funding from the Exim Bank, hopefully from the DPA, that'll get us to a position of ready to mine. We might have to sell a royalty. We might have to sell another offtake to a partner to beef up our cash reserves. So those are on the horizon. But yeah, we don't need a lot of money now. We finished our drilling now. It's really small things, development, building a road around our deposit rather than using helicopters is just one example of short-term funding. But most of our financial resources are going into the bankable feasibility study right now.
And so you've had quite a bit of news coming out over the past few months with lots of key executive appointments coming out. You've also published strong economic assessments for Tanbreez. So can you talk about any kind of upcoming milestones that we can be on the lookout for?
Yeah, we'll finalise our 24 drill results. They'll come out. That gives you a good indication of the quality of the ore. Our 25 drill core is being logged right now. It'll be shipped to Perth. We're using the lab in Australia because Greg's used them for 20 years and they know our ore body rather than taking it to a generic lab somewhere in Europe. So you'll start to see a lot of results coming out from the 25 drilling. Again, I just mentioned the BFS will be coming out. So there's going to be a lot of news flow, possibly another offtake agreement coming out. We're talking to several different parties about that. And maybe we could talk to a streaming company about selling some of the royalty on our ore. So yeah, lots and lots of news flow between now and December.
Okay, excellent. And I do believe we're going to be catching up at 1-to-1 London in November, but if we don't speak, hopefully we've got some updates from you before then. But Tony, I want to thank you for joining us here today at the Assay.
Okay, thank you for having me on.